So in this video, we're going to talk about how to do oxidation states. To do oxidation states, we have two methods we can use. The first is what's called relative accounting. This is a very fast method of figuring out oxidation states, but it has the major limitation that it can only be used for neutral molecules. So when we do relative accounting, what we're going to do is we're going to draw a circle around our atom of interest. We're going to pick an arbitrary starting point in the circle, and we're going to move our way around. And every time we find a bond where our central atom is more electronegative than the element it's bound to, we're going to add -1 to the oxidation state. And every time we come to a bond where the central atom is less electronegative than the atom it's bound to, we're going to add -1. So if we move along with carbon, we come to our first CH bond. In the CH bond, carbon is more electronegative than hydrogen, so we're going to add -1. Currently, we have carbon in a -1 oxidation state. Keep moving along. Hit our second bond. In our second bond, carbon is more electronegative than hydrogen, so now we have a -2 oxidation state. We added -1. Keep going along the circle. We come to our first carbon oxygen bond. In our first carbon oxygen bond, we had to add +1. The reason we had to add +1 is that oxygen is more electronegative than carbon, so it took an electron away. We continue along, we'll hit the second oxygen-carbon bond. Again, oxygen is more electronegative than carbon, so we have another one. So we have -1, -1, +1, +1 gives us a total of a 0 oxidation state for carbon. In this case, the physical interpretation is that even though carbon took 2 electrons from hydrogen, one from each hydrogen, it lost 2 electrons to the oxygen. So let's do oxygen now. We draw our circle around oxygen, take our arbitrary starting point, start working our way around. So we go around the top, don't hit any bonds until we get to the first carbon-oxygen bond. Our first carbon-oxygen bond, oxygen is more electronegative than carbon, so we're going to add -1 to its oxidation state. Continue along, we hit the second carbon-oxygen bond. Again, oxygen is more electronegative than carbon, so we add a -1. And then we finish up where we started, so this will give us a -2 oxidation state for oxygen. What about hydrogen? Do the same thing for hydrogen. Draw a circle, pick an arbitrary starting point. We come across our only bond. This is a carbon-hydrogen bond. Hydrogen is less electronegative than carbon, so we're going to add +1, and this will give us a total of a +1 oxidation state for hydrogen. And the same thing will be true of the other hydrogen. Pick our arbitrary starting point, work our way around, add +1 for the carbon-hydrogen bond, and this finishes us with a +1 oxidation state. So when it comes to relative accounting, big thing is that you want to draw your circles. You want to count each bond and recognize that for every bond where you've got your central atom more electronegative than what it's bound to, you're going to add -1 to the oxidation state. Every time you come across a bond where the central atom is less electronegative, you're going to add +1.